Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Let me bring up my ever so important notes about this movie.
Oh, good. Somebody took them.
Directed by Stephen Miller, a very great name.
Yeah. Timely.
Yeah, right.
Timeless.
Timeless.
One of the greats.
Yeah. This is Steven with a V, though, so I think he's like the good kind of Steven.
Steven?
I feel this way about the Phillips that spell their name with 2 L's. It's like they're kind of aberrations. Yeah, so they're usually like, I'm just imagining them over there twirling their mustaches and whatnot.
I have a disdain for any Sean who spells their name phonetically.
Are you talking like with a W?
Yeah. With an A? What the fuck is that?
I embrace, but doesn't your name have an A in it though?
Yeah, but in the wrong spot. Wait, it's in the third spot. Fuck.
Oh, are you one of those Seans who spells his name C-H-O-N? Sean. Hi, Sean. I knew it.
That's a
I knew
fucking
there was
power
something
move
you were
right there.
keeping from me.
That is a power move. You're right.
Yeah. I embrace all Nicks. All Nicks are good in my
Every
book.
Nick is a good Nick.
Yeah.
3 eyes.
There's
Why not?
never been a Nick I haven't liked.
Nique is a valid way to spell Nick.
Yep, that's fair.
That's repulsive.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
If that's how you like it, that's how I like you.
What's the name of this movie again?
Arsenal.
You don't remember
And
Arsenal?
Has anyone figured out why it's called Arsenal? Because I sure
No.
couldn't tell you.
No, there's no reason it should be called Arsenal. This is kind of like there was that movie that we watched with Guy
Ritchie? Guy
Ritchie. Guy
No,
Pearce.
it's Guy
No, it was
Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Ritchie
yeah.
directs. Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce is an actor.
Because we had the conversation where I thought Guy Ritchie was Guy Pearce.
And I did too. And still do, apparently.
Yeah.
And that movie, like, it should have been called The Hungry Rabbit Jumps or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And for whatever reason, it was called like Trespass or some shit. Like, I can't remember what it was, like Killing Zone or some bullshit name. Like, what the fuck was it?
It's one of the things that makes me wonder if they wrote the script in a completely different language, like non-English, and then in translation it got switched over, or was it just a bizarre choice that somebody made?
This has the stink of like AI writing on it, even though it can't be because it's from 2017.
Definitely pre.
Yeah.
But it just has that kind of just, there's no real structure. There's just archetypes of characters. And it's just like, now it's time for this beat in the story with no actual like build to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think my
We'll get
favorite
into it.
example of that, yeah, we'll talk about it later, but there's so much just a character does exposition and sets up the rest of the plot for the other characters. And you're like, here, I'm solving this problem for you.
I will say off the top, my favorite example of, all right, it's time for the next beat is, oh yeah, this movie ends now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of things that should have ended a long time ago, welcome back to Cage Match: A Roundabout Way, meeting Nicolas Cage. I'm your host, Sean, here with
One of many Nicks.
Any spelling counts.
Yeah. All Nicks.
and our producer.
Peter, hello. And our special guest, my brother.
I'm Peter's brother, Phillip, spelled with 1 L. Very important. I will hold a grudge if you spell your name with 2 L's.
Phillip.
How do you spell Peter?
3 T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, actually. No other letters.
So 1L, wouldn't that actually just be like Philippe? I don't know. I think the 2 L's really gives you that Phillip sound,
It's true.
which I like.
I remember when we were at the first restaurant we worked at, my joke nickname was Full Lips, and Peter will know why that's funny.
Because
they're thin as fuck.
True.
And so this week on Cage Match, we are discussing Arsenal with Nicolas Cage and John Cusack, who we get to see them again, but not together this time. They exist in different places.
Third movie
Yeah.
together, but they don't do anything together ever.
What was the second movie together?
Well, so obviously there's Con Air, and then there was
That's right.
Frozen
Frozen
Ground.
Ground.
Frozen Ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I was thinking Looking Glass for some reason. Yeah, Frozen Ground, where he plays a real fucking creepo.
I don't know why I completely spaced on Con Air there. I was thinking Frozen Ground, but that's probably because their faces have swollen to unrecognizable girth.
Yeah. I'm just glad John Cusack didn't have white guy dreads.
Oh yeah, that would have been pretty cool though.
I don't know, when he shows up in that first scene with the do-rag just in the car, and I'm like, I honestly hope that 2-minute conversation was going to be all we saw of John Cusack for the whole movie, and that was just him there so they could put his name on the poster.
I was pretty happy with what he was doing for most of the movie, where he's just sitting back and doing fuck all and just being John Cusack, collecting that paycheck. And then he got into the action. I was annoyed. I didn't want that. I wanted him sitting on the porch. I wanted him riding up in the car. I wanted him just kind of sitting around.
My favorite part of John Cusack in this movie is his real inconsistent 5 o'clock shadow from scene to scene, including scenes that take place within a 3-minute span. Like when they go to Dude's brother's house, he has a much darker mustache than he did in the scene before it.
Sure.
Yeah, so here, let's run the characters down real quick. So we've got Adrian Grenier as JP, and his big brother is Jonathan Shack, who
As
I have literally
Mikey.
never seen in any movie ever, as Mikey. And then Nic Cage as Eddie King, reprising his role from Deadfall, kinda.
Did he die in Deadfall?
Yeah, he got friolated, man.
Yeah, remember he
That's
got deep
right.
fried.
Yeah. John Cusack is Sal, who's like a narco kind of fucking cop.
Yeah, some kind of detective.
And then my favorite guest star, Christopher Coppola, Nic Cage's brother, as Eddie King's brother, Buddy King.
Amazing performance.
So fucking terrible.
Also, director of Deadfall, right?
I think it was Deadfall.
Did he direct Deadfall?
Yeah, I think
thought
so.
so.
Gross. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Now, is this the first movie that the brothers have shown up in together or have acted in together?
He body doubled for Nic Cage in Adaptation.
Damn, that's a deep
When
cut.
they were when the twins had scenes together, he would like body double for Cage.
Yeah, nice. We need you to stand kind of 3/4 into this shot,
Yeah,
but don't look.
we need some of that Coppola butt.
I will say, I
Sweet
do
Coppola
love
butt.
how they got Nic Cage's brother to be in this, to play his brother in the movie. And the way you know they're brothers is because they both have the worst fake facial hair you've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, that mustache that they put on Chris is just so bad.
It's so bad.
The goatee that's about like a centimeter to the left where it should be.
I was saying, while we're talking weird face stuff, is there an in-universe reason for why Eddie King needs such a intense nose prosthesis? I was trying to figure that one out. I don't know if this comes from the previous movie that he was in or what.
Yep. So I have a running theory that Nicolas Cage, whenever he does a role as a favor, he in his writer puts in big fake nose, because he's done it a few times, and it's always one of these things where he's like in the, like, you can tell he's doing this as a favor to someone. So I don't know if he just gets off on it or if it helps him like get into character, but it's a thing he does.
Yeah, I think it's telling that Saturn wasn't one of the producers.
I know, one of the 5 producers.
Yeah. Even he kept his name kind of out of it.
For people who listen to the Deadfall episode, you already know this, but in that movie, he plays Eddie King, who's this like unhinged kind of criminal agent and chaos agent who's like all obsessed with this deck of cards he has that's all jokers. He has a wig and a fake mustache and a fake nose, and
a great spray tan.
And a great spray tan. And at the end of it, he gets friolated. He gets put into a fryer and is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then this movie happens after that, like at least theoretically.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's possible he survived friolation and then needed more fake noses.
it just got bigger, deep.
We really fucked up the RPG episode without having like a multiversal Eddie King.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
There's no saying you can't do another RPG episode, right?
That's true. It's going to be Eddie King's all the way down.
We all play Eddie King.
Yeah. Which version of Eddie King are you?
Eddie King is a virus that's slowly taking over every individual human on the planet.
I mean, Bobby Peru is kind of a virus too, so it all works.
This is kind of like Nic Cage's Bobby Peru.
Sort of. Phillip, you get the wonderful job of summarizing this movie for our dear listeners. So take it away.
The most dubious honors. I appreciate that, brother. Speaking of brothers, I don't know if you guys know, but this is a movie about brothers.
So you can say it. It's about brother love.
It's about brother love. It's a little bit about brother hate too, as we will see. But yeah, it's mostly about brother love, and it's about some New Orleans brothers, crime brothers, and then some Mississippi brothers, some good old boys. So we've got these two Mississippi brothers who like a good old fashioned arcade, and they like playing baseball, all these American pastimes. And they also incidentally like slapping the shit out of each other while calling one another the R word. That was fun. It was definitely placing us in the early 2000s. I was like, yeah, that's quality writing. You know, you've got a good writer when when they're dropping the hard R. So it's also a movie about brothers who fight, and it's mostly also about two Coppola brothers who really like eating pecans. So that's kind of where we're starting. So to kick it off, the movie brothers are little brother JP Lindell and big brother Mikey Lindell. I just was assuming that they were part of the Lindell pillow empire. But
the My Pillow empire.
Yeah, it's unconfirmed in the movie. Maybe distant relatives.
They look like they vote Trump, you know.
They do. Yeah. So in an unnecessarily long flashback, we see the boys living life together in the late 90s. They're going to the arcade. They're using their quarters, but very importantly, it's established that little brother JP never gets quarters from big brother Mikey. He's very stingy. He'll never give his little brother quarters, except when, sadly, tragedy strikes. The uncle, who's kind of the guardian for the boys, he shoots himself, and so Mikey gets on the scene. The big brother sees everything, protecting his little brother from that vision, that gory vision. He gives him quarters, finally, and sends him back to the arcade to play. And this is like their origin story, very, very deep. And I just wanted to bring this up because I think core to this movie is the quarter motif and money as a metaphor for something, and I'm not really sure what. I think the movie doesn't really know what it's a metaphor for.
Yeah, so he goes to the arcade, and then Mikey shows up to the arcade too. And in the back of the arcade is just like a murder hole? Like, what?
Yeah, I completely forgot how this all linked together. When I was writing up these notes, I was going, wait, how the hell did Mikey get to the arcade now, too? I thought he was dealing with the dead uncle and everything. But yeah, they keep setting up the back of the arcade with these plastic sheets and using it to murder people. So
they don't lay the plastic sheets out in any way that'll keep blood off of anything. They're
just a cool like, sheet maze.
Yeah, it's just a sheet maze.
Which looks very fun.
I had a weird thing, and I meant to go back and rewatch this, but got distracted by life. But in that opening, when Mikey's going through the arcade, I like looked down to like make a note on my phone. I looked up, then it looked like he was in a strip club. I'm like, what? And then he was in the sheet maze, and then the plastic sheet maze. Did I like blink and like miss something?
I think it's a classic Biloxi arcade strip club murder sheet maze.
Also,
nice.
They got their money's worth on that sheet maze set, because that they use that same set a lot.
I think Eddie King just really appreciates a good sheet maze.
Yeah.
These are now two things that I know about Biloxi, that they're known for joint strip club arcades and also shucking oysters.
Hell yeah. Go shuckers. Shuck.
I don't know if anyone has seen the Japanese and or Chinese poster for this movie, but it's fucking badass.
I don't know if I saw that one.
To look that up.
No, looking up the foreign posters for films hasn't been a priority yet, but it will be now.
Yeah, no, this poster looks so much better and makes this movie look so much more interesting.
Are you looking at the one with featuring Nic Cage holding a gun and there's flames all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
does look way better. And Adrian Grenade, the actual star of the movie, cool. Is just like a tiny little icon in the corner.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's where he belongs.
Yeah.
I just realized this whole movie technically is a flashback, because the first scene, you're in for a good time before the title card, where you just have the main character standing in a shipyard cocking a gun title, flashback to children, 20 some years later. And then an hour later, we're back to standing in a shipyard, cocking a gun.
23-year jump is a pretty substantial time jump for a movie. Like, a lot of shit has happened, obviously, but it doesn't help you give a shit about either of these characters.
No. There's a whole thing where you like start on the action, start at the most interesting part, and this movie feels like it's everything but the most interesting part of this movie.
There was a scene in here that really pissed me off for some reason, and I don't know why it's just like stuck in my craw. And it's JP comes home to his wife, and they have like a new kid or something like that, and she's in the tub, and he's just like, we're gonna like fuck, and this is awesome. And he climbs into the tub fully dressed.
Yeah.
It's like,
the fucking jeans. He's wearing his jeans.
Like he's fucking RFK Jr.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, you are in your own home. Just take your clothes off and climb in the tub.
This also happens in the second Superman movie, the second Zack Snyder Superman movie, Batman v Superman. There's a whole scene where like Clark Kent fully dressed gets in the bathtub, and I'm just like, was this a thing in the late 2010s, like in movies?
I just can't imagine all that wet denim.
I wonder if JP's wife had to cut him out of those jeans after the fact. You know, you're gonna swell. You're gonna get stuck in those things.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
What if they had to take that shot multiple times?
They didn't have multiple gene budget.
I mean, they had the slow-mo budget, so
it was really embarrassing when he ripped ass during that scene too. Yeah. They just had to keep it. It was the only take.
This movie's the first time we've ever gotten Chekhov's flashbang in a movie.
Well, he tried to sell it at the pawn shop.
Right.
And the guy was like, oh, what the fuck is this? He's like, it's a flashbang.
It's like, what am I going to do with a flashbang?
Yeah. Well, there's a scene later in the house, and yeah, it goes off. And you wouldn't know it unless you've been paying attention to this movie, which I did.
Which is one more than I've got for it.
I was in and out. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm just going to say at top, I kind of loved this film for how just bad it was. Like, just no two scenes look like they belong in the same film. No, like there's no real character development. You're just told to care about people you don't. JP's whole motivation is he's my brother. And then you just kind of have this like very dull run of the mill suspense thriller. And then JP's niece gets backhanded by her boyfriend as she's opening the front door to leave his place. And JP, first time this has happened in the whole movie, slow-mo just kind of like comes through the door and just boots dude. I thought Plex was fucking up because of the slow-mo, because I'm like, at no point did they do that before. And then it comes in later, 2 more times where they just cut to like artful slow-mo for no reason.
Artful is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that statement.
Okay, we'll talk about the other slow-mos later, because those are worth talking about.
But apparently this director is known for his high octane action scenes, I think is what IMDb says.
Is that they called him high octane?
High octane.
Jesus, not even close.
No.
One of the shots I did like was the toilet cam. Sorry, I know.
Love a toilet cam.
Fucking set it up. God damn it. I liked that shot though. Like it was kind of horrifying, but you know, watching that guy get drowned.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the toilet cam a lot. So for context,
no context.
Mikey's like is giving a guy a swirly, and every time he like sticks his head to drown him in the toilet, it cuts to a very bright lit shot from inside the toilet. So the lighting's all fucked up, and it completely ruins it for me.
You don't have a ring cam in your toilet?
Yeah, lighting's important when you've got a toilet cam.
This is how you have to evaluate your stools. We're in an 40s.
Yeah, stools.
PSA time.
Yeah. You should look in your own shit, see what's going on.
Oh, man. Staring down the barrel of a gun. Just slow motion watching it go off. Can you imagine a slow motion toilet cam shot?
Are we talking about this movie, or are we talking about your toilet again?
Oh, it can be
still
both.
Toilet.
Yeah. So, all right, what did we do? We did the flashback and we come back to modern day, and it's all the establishing the relationship between Mikey and JP. JP is very successful. He's got his own business, a $350,000 business, by the way, just in case you were wondering. But he has the wife, the newborn, the big house. And meanwhile, Mikey, I can't remember if Mikey had moved out for a while and then came back to Biloxi.
I think he was military.
Yeah,
he was military. Okay.
He was in the Marines or something.
And we know that he had been working for Eddie King before, but we'll get into that later. But so he got out of that situation. He went to the military, came back. And so, yeah, that's kind of the situation with those two different, I mean, great character work. You have the perfect guy and the guy who's a fuck up. I mean, no notes. So yeah, Mikey's struggling to make. Try that again. Mikey is struggling to make ends meet and pay child support to his ex for his teen daughter, Alexis. And he's refusing work at JP's office company and all that business. So the plot kind of kicks off when John Cusack's character, Sal, who I genuinely did not realize was a cop until about halfway through the movie. They had to put a badge on him because it was so unclear what his job was and what the fuck he was as a character. They don't even establish his relationship to them. As
this movie is all exposition. Like everything kind of just goes along, and then later they're like, "Wait, we need to explain that because Mikey's in trouble because he buys some coke," which is where Sal shows up to tell JP, and then like 15 minutes later, they have to explain that he got the money from the coke from JP because it was a loan to help him like get on his feet, but he wanted to double his money, and just they have to exposit everything after the fact because the plot makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like ostensibly to buy his daughter some braces, which then made me only think of The Simpsons. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces.
It's also interesting that they never seem to want to let the viewers hate Mikey for too long. It's sort of like, oh, well, we can't, he's a bad dude, but we can't really make him a bad dude. We got to make him redeeming. And so you can only be disappointed in him for about 5 to 10 minutes, like thinking, well, we'll get to later when he's meeting with Eddie King, but thinking that he's actually working with Eddie King. And then another, exposition dump where it's like, oh, actually, he's not. He's been kidnapped after a massive runaround between John Cusack and JP, between Sal and JP. They're going around and talking to, I'm kind of jumping ahead, down. Sorry.
No, that's good. That is one of my favorite lines in this movie is they ask the guy that like broke into the house about somebody else, and they're like, yeah, I know that ginger bitch.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name too? It's like Rusty or
Rusty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it Rusty?
Yeah, I think it was Rusty.
Classic ginger nickname.
So also when we see Rusty, the one thing I did not notice about him was the color of his hair.
He's ginger, right?
He didn't look like a ginger to me when he was robbing him. He looked like he had like dark brown hair.
They needed that toilet cam light.
Maybe he got recast after they filmed that shot of him like saying, oh, that ginger bitch.
Oh, God. Wait, we got to back up a second. Are you saying that brothers, there's a good one and a bad one, Phillip?
Always.
Yeah. I thought you knew this.
Fuck.
I mean, you and I are here, so we can just throw it onto the third brother and be like, it's him. It's clearly not either one of us. And then when I'm with him, I say the same thing about you.
It's the constant pointing at each other triangle. I love it.
Does anyone else? This whole conversation is just making me think of the Rick and Morty episode, Intergalactic TV. It's like two brothers where there's two brothers and then they're brothers and they're in a truck and they're brothers and there's a meteor. Two brothers.
That about sums up the plot of this movie. You did a way better job summarizing this than I just did.
Well, that actually, like, the inanity of that is exactly what this movie was. Like, so Mikey gets kidnapped, quote unquote. It's all bullshit. And JP calls him and it's like, hey, Mikey, it's me, JP. It's like, you're on the phone, you fucking moron.
Hey, caller ID exists.
JP can't be his government name. And it annoys me that even when it's an emergency and he's running out of the house, his wife still just calls him JP. Like, at no point do they say his actual name.
His government name apparently is James. I don't know his middle name, though.
P.
It's Mike Lindell. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What kind of pillows do you guys have?
I got a real flat, shitty pillow.
That's how I sleep.
Yeah.
I like to suffer a little.
It's awful.
I have a $300 pillow. Best purchase I ever made.
Yeah. Josie's got a real expensive pillow too. Every once in a while when she's not around, I'll take a nap with it. And then I like try to put it back where I found it.
So let's see. We'll get into Eddie King in a little bit.
I don't know why that story made me laugh, but it did.
It's a really bad story. Hey man, they can't all be bangers.
That's true. Okay, so we'll get into Eddie King in a little bit, but I wanted to talk about Adrian Grenier as the main character.
Who is that?
Dude, he fucking sucks so much. So he was like notably only from the movie or the TV series Entourage.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's the main character from that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be like the hottest shit. He plays Aquaman in the series and he's like, everybody wants him and he's a great actor and everything, but like clearly not true. I don't know what it is about that guy. He has nothing. There's like no charisma for me.
Yeah, he doesn't provide a lot on the screen.
He's not like tough. You know, there's that scene where he don't fucking lie to me and he slaps the wall and it's like, that was soft as shit.
Yeah.
I think they threw a baseball cap on this guy because he's got such a baby face. So it's like, oh, we got to cover. He doesn't look convincingly threatening when we're having him bust down doors and stuff. So just put a cap over it, cover it up.
Slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what any of these projects he's been involved in since this movie. Love at First Glance, Miles from Tomorrowland, Affairs of State.
Nope.
And so on.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like this is still like Sean, you've got that pulled up. When was Entourage? Because that's like early 2000s, right? Like
yeah,
2004 to 2011.
College. Yeah,
right. So like he hasn't been relevant now at this point for 6 years, and is the leading man in this. It's like I think it's showing.
The Entourage movie came out in 2015, so there's like a 4-year gap between the show and the movie, and then 2 more years to this.
4-year gap, just enough time to make the people hungry for more.
Hungry for that Grenier.
Did they finally produce Medellin? Was that the movie?
That was the movie. I haven't thought about that word in fucking years. I cannot believe that you pulled that.
Yeah, I'm vaguely remembering I had a girlfriend in college who was really into that movie or a show. So
who was your guy?
Dom. Dom wasn't actually part of the core crew. He was the friend, like the childhood friend who comes back and he's a real piece of shit. And like the first episode they have him there, he's just like banging out this chick super loud in the mansion, but like with the door wide open so nobody can do anything but hear him. Yeah.
Oh, God.
He looked like, what's that guy from The Shield? Michael Chiklis. He looked like Timu Michael Chiklis.
Timu Michael Chiklis.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Were you a turtle guy?
I don't know. I mean, Turtle in the early seasons was kind of fun. And then he became sort of like, they tried to make him a sweetheart or something. Like more of a romance character or something.
Dumb. It was better when he just like smoked weed and drove around.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what's sadder than his IMDb post this movie? John Cusack, because it's the same amount of movies, and I've not heard of a single one of these films either.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a rough go.
Yeah.
Which, it's too bad. Like, you got to get that money, right?
I suppose.
Yeah. Got to get your quarters for the arcade.
Okay, so we established that so Big Brother Mikey got a brick of cocaine to sell to get some money to support his daughter, get her braces apparently, which I completely forgot. And that gets stolen. He eventually, tracks down the people and ends up in the strip club with Eddie King and his crew. So this is Nic Cage's character, Eddie King. And they start talking. Eddie says he owes that Mikey owes him money from the, back when they were working together. And he wants to use Mikey's connection to JP to extort JP for money because, as previously established, he has a $350,000 whatever business he has. I don't know. He's some kind of construction.
He's a construction
contractor.
He's a general contractor. I have a question though, and it's going to take us all the way back to the braces again because we're not going to move past that today.
It's the most important part of the movie. So yeah,
Alexis needs braces.
if you're gonna borrow 10 grand for braces from your brother, or like if you're gonna borrow 10 grand from your brother and you're gonna use it to buy cocaine, why would you choose something that is so visibly not getting taken care of? Like, I need 10 grand for my daughter's braces. Oh, by the way, I'm bringing her to the barbecue later, so you'll totally know that she doesn't have braces.
She's just eating ribs.
Yeah, just loving ribs. Not a care in the world. Yeah.
Did I say braces? I meant Invisalign.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems like Mikey wasn't really a thinker. I don't know.
No.
First clue. He looks like low rent Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, I kept getting that vibe throughout the whole thing.
So actually, speaking of Joe, though, like this movie reminded me of the movie Joe a little bit, but like bad. Like this is everything that could have been shitty about that movie that wasn't. You know, it's like it's shot fairly well. It's not terrible, but it's just not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or fun.
This whole movie, kinda. I was so caught up in like
fun.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Sean, this is one that you were like, that's all right.
I'm not, because it always turns out to be the movies that I'm not into. That Sean's
no,
like,
I'm with Sean. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh no, okay. So at about the 25-30 minute mark, I'm ready. I'm just kind of like, all right, this is, and then we got to slow-mo door kick, and I'm like, this is gonna get weird. I'm back in.
Yeah, I don't know. I think before we even got out of the flashback, I already had phone in hand and I was getting occupied elsewhere. I was like, we'll just get back into this when Nic Cage shows up.
So let's get into that.
That man knows how to make an entrance in this. We get
he sure does.
The Reservoir Dogs, where he's like torturing a guy, and then he sticks a lead pipe in the guy's mouth, and then baseball bats that lead pipe into dude's skull.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the first slow-mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the song that's playing every time that he kills somebody in the plastic maze? It was it Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. I can't remember which one was.
The first one was definitely Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. I don't remember if they did it every time.
So it's not the same song every time. Okay.
If it was, it didn't stick in my brain.
Yeah.
And church songs always get stuck in my brain. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're real earworms.
You guys had church songs? We didn't have songs in my church. We were Catholic.
No, we were Catholic too, and we had lots of songs in our church.
Like half of church was songs.
It's mostly songs.
Yeah.
See,
how many ways can you sing Amen?
Yeah, they give you a whole book of just songs, and they expect you. They put a little like clipboard, or not a clipboard, like a little marquee up there for you to know which songs you're gonna have to sing that day, so you can go through.
We didn't have
and
songs.
Preview.
We had psalms. It was more spoken word and just kind of like muttered under your breath.
Oh man!
I mean, we had a lot of that shit too, but
we had like a band.
Oh, like you had actually like a guitar.
Yeah, we had some musicians and shit.
Wow.
I just always think back to good bonding moments with you, Peter. Are every Christmas that you would be in town and we go to mass. For whatever reason, there was one song. I don't remember if it was. You'll probably remember which one it is. "Joy to the World" or something. There's a verse in that where the entire congregation would fuck up the lyrics to it and sing it wrong, and they would just kind of muddle through the end of the verse, and we would just be cracking up. I think
it was "Joy to the World." Because it's one of these things where they like cram too many letters into the cadence of what the music can handle, and like a musician can do it, but like the hoi polloi can't fucking handle it, and they all just like eat shit every time, and it is so funny.
Oh, let's be honest. This was like 11 o'clock, mass on Christmas Eve, and so we're getting close to midnight by this time. People had their nog before they got to the church, and so there's a little bit of that there too.
You got the communion rosy wine, cheeks and noses. Communion wine will always fuck you up.
Sweet communion wine.
Ugh, the worst.
The only thing to counteract those weird ass dry wafers. Sorry, I mean body of Christ.
Yeah, those dry ass bodies of Christ. Or is it body of Christ's?
I was bummed that you couldn't dip them into the wine. Like that was kind of a no. What a shame.
You just have to you like lightly moisten it and press it to the roof of your mouth, and then you shot your wine. That's how you do it.
Oh, did you guys have like little cups of.
No, we had to do the
You
chalice
had the
or whatever.
big chalice.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So I totally forgot. Speaking of John Cusack needing white guy dreads, Eddie King's henchman does have white guy dreads.
It's true. Yeah.
That
Luca.
guy. Yeah, man. He seems like a piece of shit.
Yeah, he did seem like.
But then they like try to make it seem sympathetic because he's got like a kid.
Does she need braces?
Lisa needs braces.
Oh no.
Dental plan.
But he's also like known Mikey for years and he doesn't want to kill him. But Mikey's just
Right.
got to like play along.
Okay, so that gets me to my last question about this movie before we talk about Eddie King and Nic Cage, because that's why we're here. They let JP infiltrate the arcade strip club plastic sheet maze.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why? Why did they let him go free his brother? Like he didn't.
How did he
do
know where
anything.
to find him? This is what I was saying earlier, where like this movie just
Oh.
decides it's time
No.
to end because it just cuts to him untying his brother.
So that's actually the only reason that the flashback exists.
Yes.
Because he gives him the quarters in the flashback. Then when he does the proof of
Mhm.
life conversation, Mikey says something about like quarters, and that sets JP off on the quarters. What do we do with quarters? We put them in arcade machines, and
So
the arcade, that's where he
This
is.
movie exposits every plot point 6 times. That's the one that
Yeah.
JP doesn't bother to be like, I remembered this place behind the arcade where we saw that dude get murdered.
In the murder hole.
in the murder hole.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you figure, they've got my brother, where would they keep him in the arcade? Behind the titties? Or in the murder cave? Probably the murder cave.
Also, do we
Safe
ever
bet.
see Alexis get saved, or is she just fine at the end?
Who cares?
Yeah,
was
she's
a
just
shitty
fine at
kid.
the end. You're right.
But
Like,
she's
we
a
don't- they don't
vegan.
have-
Gross.
but she eats a burger at the end.
Good.
Because they save Mikey, and then slow-mo gunfight, and I just want to be the one to say it: shotgun to the dick.
Yeah.
Mid-air slow-mo jump, guy gets shotgunned right between the legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
and you
like
follow the shotgun like
pellets straight into the junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you got there.
And Eddie King gets like shot, and JP like rocks up. Oh, and I do have one more thing to talk about. This rocks up, cocks the shotgun, points it at him. Hard cut to like happy family at the barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing
No
says I murdered
consequences.
somebody like
No
barbecue.
consequences for their rampage. No cops, no nothing. Everyone's just happy at the end.
Even though there's like a definite trail of like
yeah.
Absolutely.
police
100%.
interaction for
Oh.
him, because he talked to an undercover cop at one point. He talked to Sal all about these problems.
Everyone's happy. Hard cut to let's brothers playing baseball.
Yeah.
Credits.
Go Shuckers.
And okay, I got a question. How many baseballs did he bring out with him? Because if you're going to go out and just hit balls, like, okay, there's only 2 of you. So if he hits it past the pitcher, like you're going to have to go get it. So we
Yeah,
saw
just
that
constantly.
he pulled a second ball out of the thing, but like how many baseballs do you bring? And how annoying is it to just like have to like stop after 30 seconds of ball to go spend 2 minutes picking up balls
Yeah, it's
halfway
like, sorry,
across
Mikey,
the
you
field?
drilled that one too fucking far.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey was the pitcher. Classic.
All right.
Eddie King.
Eddie King. So it's a pretty crazy performance from Nic Cage on his spectrum. I mean, he's definitely something.
He brought
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the Eddie King energy back. Like it was just yesterday when he recorded Deadfall.
I mean, Deadfall was definitely more unhinged, but I think that was partially because like the audio of it was fucked up and like it was a cheap production, you know,
Mhm.
and they like didn't capture it as well as this maybe, but he evolved it over time too. I mean, Deadfall was like 94.
Yeah.
So he's been thinking about
93.
Eddie King in the back of his 93. Eddie King's been in the back of his
Eddie
mind.
King lives there.
He's probably perfecting that role over and over again. I'm ready for the next Eddie King film.
Bring him back, baby.
Yeah. Whose brother will he be murdering that time?
So Phillip, you didn't see Deadfall, but
See, I don't know. I was a little let down because no, I didn't. I saw I was just gonna say I didn't see Deadfall, and so you sent me a clip of, or I guess it's a, what do you call it, like a
supercut.
Yeah, supercut. You sent me a supercut, and it was all the zany, very cagey moments, and I was kind of expecting a bit more of that when I went in. So I had to say I was generally disappointed in his performance because he played it pretty even keel until the scene where Buddy comes in, his brother, and that was a completely different. That was immaculate. I loved every moment of it, and it completely it made the movie for me. That scene, but I was generally let down otherwise that he was just kind of even keel.
I liked how Eddie King's brother also had his own plastic murder room.
Well, listen, they got it from their dad at some point,
Everybody inherits their first plastic murder room from their dad.
Yeah. What a nice day that was.
It's just how they do it in New Orleans.
See, that's the problem though with brothers, though. It always goes to the eldest.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot of basements in New Orleans.
Well, this was Biloxi.
Oh, okay. I don't think there's a lot of basements in Mississippi either.
That's probably true.
So,
how many strip club arcades were there in New Orleans? Do you know, Nick? Have you seen many of those?
I'm willing to assume that I saw at least 2.
It's got to be a non-zero, right?
Yeah, a non-zero
I would
amount
say
of
so.
them. But I'm willing to go back and get a definite number if you need me to.
Yeah, we need the research.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, oh God, Eddie King. He has that weird letter to his brother. There's the major
scene.
monologuing. I mean, I was trying to think about this. Sean and I talked a while ago about why does Nic Cage do these movies? So to me, it seems like there are certain scenes that he really wants to do, and that one felt like that. And then also he likes fake noses.
Yeah, that seems right.
I wonder if this was his they needed someone that could get Nic Cage for a decent price, and Nic Cage is like, cool, I'll be in this film, but I get to play this character. He forced Eddie King to be in this movie, because he didn't produce this. He didn't write it. So it's not like someone came up to him and was like, we got a Deadfall sequel for you. He had to ask for that to do that role.
I don't know how you can ever say Deadfall sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm assuming that Eddie King exists in a world kind of like Mad Max, where it's just other people telling their Eddie King stories.
Yeah.
And
you've all run into an Eddie King.
Yeah. And, maybe you think you killed him in your story, but everybody else still has stories where they think they killed him too.
I put him in a fucking fry later, man.
Yeah, he's like the Jason Voorhees of fake nose, big mustache.
Bad wig.
Yeah, gravel voices. I do love that wig. That's such a good look. That fucking helmet hair with the stupid mustache and the big nose. Ugh. Maybe I'll get that tattooed on me. On my face. I
was feeling the same as Phillip early on in this film when we first see Eddie King. It's just it's played pretty even keel. It's not that interesting. And I'm like, all right. And then we get him meeting with his brother. The brother takes Eddie to kill him in the second murder hole, the second plastic murder room, because there's too much heat on Eddie. So then Eddie has Caucasian dreadlocks show up to back him up, and then he beats his brother to death. And that's our third slow-mo scene. And it's just this artfully Eddie just smashing his brother's skull in and just whipping blood all over the room.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird jelly, grape jelly kind of blood going everywhere.
It's thick. It's viscous.
It's very viscous.
You reminded me of one of the notes I wrote when the shotgun scene with the uncle. I had forgotten about that completely. I was like, oh, strawberry jam. I should mention that on the pod.
Yeah.
Nobody gives me the raspberry.
During the final shootout, we get a spit take a guy getting shot in the face and him just spraying jam out of his mouth towards the camera.
Oh, super gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, and
just
then,
to pause there for a second, they clearly they built a model and they're putting a lot of work into this thing. I'm just thinking what was the budget of this movie? I don't know if you have that up, Peter, but they clearly sunk all of their money into that kind of stuff. You know, the hyper realistic violence, the ultra slow-mo, and I'm just so desperate to know how much of the budget went into that kind of bullshit.
I couldn't find the actual budget for this, but what it pulled in was $41,000. So
No, fuck off.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, it did not do great. People did not enjoy this movie for reasons. It's rated a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, which this is his second lowest rated movie other than Left Behind.
Completely unjustified. I think it deserves way more than a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's easily a 12. You know,
Some people just don't enjoy art.
This was so much better than we were talking about earlier before we started recording. We were talking about Rage. Was it Tokarev?
Yeah.
My God, that movie was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's such a fiasco, except for the ending, which was immaculate, which is, what was the moral? Dumb teenagers, don't play with guns. PSA. So good.
The moral of that movie is crime jackets are cool.
Crime jackets are cool, though. I mean, let's get fucking real.
Crime jackets are cool. That's right.
That's what this movie was missing, a crime jacket.
It's totally true. Okay, so here, this is a non sequitur for everything. Nick, what is the correct amount of Worcestershire sauce to celery in a Bloody Mary?
Yeah, I have never in my life thought the celery needed to balance the Worcestershire. I'm guessing 3 dashes per inch.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Inch per dash.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Of celery.
Submerged depth or full celery stick?
Total, because you're going to eat it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
They weren't even talking about horseradish, which is that's really the main player in a good Bloody Mary. You got to fuck with the horseradish. That's your balance right there.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer a horseradish over a hot sauce. So
hot sauce,
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Peter knows how much I love horseradish. Our first time at a Vegas buffet, I went and got a soup bowl to fill with horseradish sauce because the ramekins weren't doing it for me. I was making too many
fuck
trips.
those ramekins. That was
Damn
dumb.
straight. That's fantastic.
yeah, but was it creamed horseradish? Because they cut that with sour cream.
They might have been.
Yeah.
The guy at
So
the
usually
carbon
what they do
station,
for
the guy at the
people.
carbon station gave me a look.
Yeah.
This is how they knew to take the shrimp away. Because I did
Peel
that
and eat
first.
shrimp can get fucked.
Yeah.
Sean,
We
they made
know
a
you.
rule because of you. I'm sure if you go back there, they're like, ramekins only.
It was a sign that they can tap.
It's a really
All right.
sketchy image of you on the poster.
Just ladling.
Jokes on that. I was a guy last time.
Yeah, there you go, right?
There you go.
Okay, so let's do some favorite quotes. Phillip, you want to kick it off?
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm gonna pick everybody's favorite quote, but well, it was a tough one. It was a tough one between both come from the same scene. Buddy and Eddie are talking to each other. They're meeting up because Buddy wants to, well, I guess we find out he's going to kill his brother, but it was mostly because apparently for the mob it is beyond the pale to extort someone. I couldn't figure out why. It made no sense in the movie to me. Maybe it's because he's a
they're
good
gentlemen.
old Mississippi boy. Yeah. But so I wanted to do the line about Eddie after he finds out that his brother's going to kill him. But I think truly the most sublime and perplexing line for me is Buddy says, "Talk travels fast in New Orleans, just like tourists do."
Completely inscrutable. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I've been thinking about this since I watched this stupid fucking movie, and I can't figure this shit out. What the fuck does that mean? Talk travels fast in New Orleans, just like tourists do. What does it mean that tourists travel fast in New Orleans? Are there too many tourists coming, or do they go through New Orleans too fast and they don't appreciate the local arts and architecture? I have no fucking idea what this means, and I absolutely love this line, so that's my pick.
I like it. Sean, did you have one?
I did not have a favorite. Like,
Oh, there were so many bangers.
I just none of them spoke to me. Like, at no point was at no point did I like reach for my phone to write one down.
Yeah, I can't say this movie inspired me to remember anything from it.
Oh shit! Are you guys serious? I mean, I can do rapid fire here. There's some
hit me with some more. What else?
Whoa, wait, hang on. I got my favorite one.
Oh, all right. Hit me.
I don't remember exactly when it happens, but at some point Mikey is talking about video games, or JP is, or whatever, and Nic Cage's Eddie King just goes, "Video games? You always were a pussy."
Yeah, that was good.
There's also the golden dildo one. I can't remember how that setup goes,
yeah,
but
that
he's
was a
talking
good
to the
one.
shopkeeper, and that was pretty. I think you can take that $6,000 and buy yourself a golden dildo, et cetera, but I don't really remember how that.
I think you got the gist.
I think you get the gist, yeah. But no, my other runner up was so Eddie. I had to put subtitles on for this one because I couldn't quite catch what he said when it happened. But Eddie finds out that Buddy's going to kill him, and he turns it around on him, and he realizes this, and he goes, "Oh, my brother's trying to kill me, man!"
All right, that's
Just
pretty
full
good.
Cage
I
out.
like that.
Excellent moment.
Again, just exposition for no fucking reason.
Yeah. This movie rules.
Yeah.
Worth every percent of its 3% rating.
I enjoyed the whole ride. Like, when I initially sat down, I'm like, all right, 90 minutes, I can get through this, and I was here for every second of it.
All right, so let's see. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about this movie?
I think it's weird that this and Deadfall follow such a structure about brothers, because Deadfall was all about like, oh, go out and find my twin brother you never knew I had and whatnot. And now it's like, oh, now it's two brothers trying to do this. And then Eddie King's got a brother who's played by Nicolas Cage's brother.
It's brothers all the way.
Yeah, it's too many brothers. It was distracting for me.
Well, it's good that we had a brother on this podcast.
Yeah, and now we've got brother
yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
By the way, I am plotting your demise because you owe me $50. So just have that in the back of your mind.
Listen, man, I hope you really like watching me eat pecans.
I do. They're good for your health.
It's true.
Did you loan him that $50 so he could get Cora braces?
Yeah. Cora
Yeah, I
eats
did.
braces.
$50 braces.
That might just be cramming a pecan in a mouth.
Yeah, it could be. Just rolled up tin foil.
Gross.
So, like I said, the movie starts off with standing in a boatyard, cock gun, and then later, right before the end of the climax of this movie, we see him in the same boatyard, cocking a gun. No scene takes place in a boatyard other than the gun cock.
That's good observation.
JP went out to the shipyard just to stand there at the golden
He
hour.
didn't want someone to hear him.
Oh, yeah. Always cock your gun outside of the place you're going to do crime.
All right, Phillip, you had one more thing?
I got a couple things actually. So,
Oh, Lord, fuck.
Peel this onion.
So, so I was thinking about. I lost track of the earlier one I had, but I'll circle back around to it. But yeah, Grenier at the end, the final scene, all of a sudden he has a fucking Southern accent. Out of nowhere, he hasn't had an accent this entire movie, and in the final scene, he all of a sudden has one. And I was just like, did I miss it the whole time, or was this the first scene that they shot? And
They probably filmed
he
it
had
backwards.
Yeah, they shot
That's what
that.
I was thinking too. It was one.
Realized it didn't work.
Last thing I had was a question for producer Peter here. Please tell me that you looked up some stats on the Biloxi Shuckers. I need to know if they're like. Tell me about them. Are they good? Are they bad?
Okay, so I did actually look up the Biloxi Shuckers a little bit. And I was intrigued to find out that they're a minor league baseball team that started in 2015. So this is actually a fairly new team for this movie. So maybe they sort of like struck a deal to be part of it. They aren't anything particularly awesome. They've had some interesting players over the years. They're not particularly good, but yeah, they were a fusion team from, God, I can't remember. It's a Biloxi and some other tiny ass Mississippi town. So,
Do they have a mascot?
Go Shuckers. They used to be like a toad. I don't know. Their mascot is an oyster.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
Exposed.
Yeah, that's about all I got. I didn't go into the deep dive. I looked up a couple of the player names and I was like, I'm not going to remember these. All right, we got to wrap this shit up.
Wait, can we just take 2 seconds and talk about?
Fuck you. Yeah. Okay, let's do the grid real quick.
Great Cage, bad movie.
Great Cage, entertainingly bad movie.
Brief moments of sublime Cage, passable movie.
Passable is about the best way that you could describe this. It is not a 3%. It's a 23.
Ouch, that's a lot. Sure, it's not like a 13.
It might be a 13. Tokarev was a 13.
Yeah,
It's better than Tokarev. It's hands down better than Tokarev. Oh God,
I think
Tokarev.
I liked Rage more.
Maybe it's because I ended up watching it twice. I just fucking hate that movie with a passion.
Well, let's get back together in a year and we'll do a head-to-head between this and Rage and
Excellent.
see which one was really better.
Thanks. I love that you guys always invite me on this show when it's just real horse shit movies.
You got to watch Con Air.
Yeah.
Con Air was awesome. I'll give you that. That was great. But
Yeah, come on, man. All right, so next up, we've got Vengeance: A Love Story, which has been described as a terrible movie, but a great Nic Cage movie. So
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We're at the point in this experiment where all of these movies have vaguely the same name, and I'm getting very confused.
Yeah, it's tough. And I mean, like, marketing departments really don't like these low budget movies because they're just like, well, we got to get butts and seats. So what makes it work? You know,
I like that they added that it's a love story.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yep. I'm going to get some like warming massage oils for when we watch this movie. And I'll just like lay out some towels and
It's a love story.
yeah. And, you know, lay there expecting Josie to massage me the whole time.
Yeah, from out of vengeance.
Yeah. Vengeance, a massage.
Anyway, thank you to our Sparkle Buddies, Josh, Josie, Matt, Adam, Bill, Stuart, and Willow, and to our Cage Dancers, John, Freeman, Nathan, and Cameron, and to Bill Panks for our intro music, and go Shuckers.
Go
Shuckers.
Shuck, 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 shuck.
We're baseball players. Of course we choose sunflower seeds like candy. Baseball players. Of course we give each other good game taps. We're baseball players. Of course we're full of ourselves.
We're baseball players. Of course we play cards during rain delays.
We're baseball players. Of course we're not the Savannah Bananas. We're baseball players. Of course we have nice butts.